My name is Crystalline Brooks, and I'm so grateful for you all coming out on this evening to be a part of this seminar. So glad to see young people as well as middle-aged people. And what we want to talk about today is the advantage of sustaining from having sex before marriage, due to the fact, we see on the TV today, in the TV, you see a whole lot of the sexy stuff. In magazines, we see a whole lot of this sexy stuff. On the billboards, we're riding along our cars, we see a whole lot of sexy stuff, it's all right to just have sex, sex, sex. Everything is, in this day and time, is just about sex, sex, sex. And we're finding a lot of people now are starting to have sex at early ages. They find to the fact where they take children and they sell the children into porno and all kind of things like that. But what I want to do is to encourage you to sustain from sex until you are married. Sex is for the married people. Not saying there's anything wrong with having sex. Sex is good, but sex is for the married, okay? And there are several advantages to sustaining yourself, committing yourself to purity. You have your whole life ahead of you. And a lot of times when you find that you're indulging in sexual relationships before marriage, there are a lot of times, 8 out of 10, you don't end up marrying that person that you've been sleeping with. So it's best that you would just keep yourself and just wait until that time. One of the things, the advantages of not having sex before marriage is the fact you won't have to worry about having diseases. There are a whole lot of STDs and things out there. There's gonorrhea, there's syphilis, there's herpes, and all type of things like that come upon people because of the fact that they're having unprotected sex. And everybody that you're having unprotected sex with may not be like you. That may just be your only partner. But who's to say that you're their only partner? You don't know who all they slept with, and you don't know how clean the person is that you're sleeping with, or the person that they have slept with. And that's why we're finding now on the fact that there's a whole lot of people that are, and young people that are being affected with AIDS. AIDS is no longer just a homosexual disease. You're finding heterosexuals with AIDS, because people are not, 8 times out of 10 are not going to tell you that they're HIV positive. And then you have people that have found out that they are HIV positive, and they're mad at the world because of the fact, that they have been affected. And sometimes they go and they just sleep with people because they're mad and say, well, if I got it, then hey, you should have it too. Let's just give it to the world, and things like that. So that's why I want to encourage you. You won't have to, if you make up in your mind and purpose in your heart that you're going to sustain from that, that's one of the things you will not have to worry about. You don't have to worry about diseases and things. Another thing that you won't have to worry about is bearing children, pregnancy, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. If you're not having sex, then hey, you ain't got to worry about getting pregnant. Getting pregnant is not no grandiose thing. It's grandiose if you're married, and you're having children, but you don't want to be having babies out of wedlock. And then the fact you got to worry about, losing no time now to do your schoolwork because you got a baby. You don't have time to go out with your friends and enjoy life. You want to go to the movies. You want to go to sings and different things like that, but you're stuck with the baby. And a lot of times the person, that you got the baby with, they're not going to be there, with you. A lot of times, they move on. It was just a one-night stand, and you don't want to waste your life away with those type of things. And that's one of the things that I want to encourage you to sustain. For the fact that you don't have that to worry about. You don't have to worry about buying diapers and spending your little money on milk and trying to find somebody to keep the baby and up all time of night because the baby is crying and you're about to lose your mind because of the fact, you know, you just had some sex because you just want to have sex. But I want to encourage you to sustain from that. Keep yourself. You know, there's plenty time, you know, for that type of lifestyle. We need some people, some young people now that's willing to raise the standard and make a difference. And there are young people, you know, people tell you, you know, well, everybody else is doing it. All my friends is doing it. Everybody is not doing it. And all your friends is not doing it. You know, make a stand, take a stand, say, well, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of the norm. I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm going to be, you know, original. Like they have this thing saying, dare to say no. Well, dare to say no to drugs. Well, dare to say no to sex before marriage. You know, it's not just young people, but even as older people, we need to make up in our mind that we're not going to have sex. You know, we're not going to do it. We're going to keep ourselves. We're going to be pure. They have rings and things now that you can go and you can buy saying, well, I'm taking a stand, you know, I'm going to be pure. I'm not going to do anything, such a thing until I get married. We find so much going on today in the media. They're showing, you know, just sex, and these type of things will make you want to do it. But you got to make up in your mind and bring your flesh to the subjection and say, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be different. I'm going to keep myself. I'm going to save myself for marriage. Okay? And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Anybody have any questions or any comments that you would like to make?
There are different kinds of groups and stuff like that.
Can you speak up, Mr.?
There's a lot of groups and stuff that's like connected together about being abstinent and saying no or sustaining yourself from sex. There are a lot of groups like that you can find online if you would like to be helped with that and sustain. You don't have to be the only one, that you're the only one doing it by yourself. You can have other people
that's in with it, because everybody is not doing it. You can just say it again. Thank you. It is not doing it, okay? So that's what I want to encourage you. You know, take a stand. You can get a group of young people, you know, in your community. You can make up in your mind that you want to be a purity leader and encourage people to not. And one thing about it, you know, if you feel that way, it should be somebody that you can talk to. Go to and talk to and tell them, well, you know, I'm having this problem or whatever, you know, that you can talk to, that can help you to not go that route. Okay? We know that a lot of times when young people get involved in drugs, you know, sex is involved in things. And that's some of the things that motivates it and stirs it. But I want to encourage you to make a difference. You know, take a stand. You know, save yourself. Keep yourself. Keep yourself. Just hold up and just wait, because it's not all about sex. I don't care what the media is saying. I don't care what the billboards are saying. I don't care what the magazines are saying. I don't even care what people are saying. You know, it ain't what it looks like. So I want to just encourage you to take a stand and you know, just say, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be different. I'm going to keep myself and not have sex until I am married. Anybody else? Any comments? Any comments? Any questions? Miss Pat, any comments? Do you have anything to say on the matter?
Peer pressure. A lot of young people have a problem with peer pressure with children in school, society, and their parents, and they may be trying to, but they just don't have might not have people to help them along the way with the peer pressure in school, society, and friends.
To help them, don't say nobody to help them, and that's where we can step in and let them know, you know, that we're there for them. Peer pressure will kind of encourage you and press you on to do it, but you got to dare to be different. Say, I'm not going to do it. Okay? All right. Keep yourself.